As a sound check real quick, just let me ask you a question. You can just answer it for the sound check.
Alright.
How many Japanese women have you slept with? It's 2015, June, and this is the podcast for the 14th of June, 2015, GJS podcast. I'm here with RIONNE Fujiwara. Welcome.
Hey, thanks for having me. What's going on?
What's going on? It's really hot.
Yeah.
It's very humid. It's Tokyo summer.
Tokyo summer.
It's torturous.
But it could rain anytime, because the rainy season's
Yeah, rainy, swampy, dirty, swampy balls. Rainy season.
Yep.
We're sitting here having some beers.
This is Belgian beers.
What is that?
It's a Blue Moon. Thanks to Ed for putting you onto it.
Salute to Ed for the Blue Moon. And I'm drinking something Austrian. I threw the bottle away. I don't know what the fuck it's called. Let's see here. So what is the news, man? What's going on with you?
Oh, what's going on with me? I just got my cast off my fucking hand.
I just noticed that. Now you mentioned it.
The thing is, like, you break a finger,
Yeah.
like in the States or in Australia, and they just put a splint.
Yeah.
But in Japan, they put a cast right up to my elbow.
Up to your elbow.
Right up, and no movement. You know, I use my right hand for a lot of things. It was
important things.
It was a brutal 1 month.
Yeah.
But you know, my left hand got stronger.
Wait a second. How did you break the your fingers? Right.
Yeah.
How did you break those?
In the ring, training, just hit the ropes.
Like an eye gouge.
Yeah, that would be nice.
So you snapped them up in the ring.
Just snapped them up trying to grab the ropes.
Now, if I remember correctly, you were still training.
Yeah.
You broke them and you continued
Yeah,
training.
continue training. Something like that shouldn't stop you. It's actually a blessing in disguise.
Yeah. Why?
You know, just never was one. I know you like to run.
Yeah.
I hated it. We've been running a lot in the past, but I fucking hated it.
Mm-hmm.
And I refused to get on the treadmill, and this made me fucking get on the treadmill and, you know, do ab work and anything that, you know, didn't require using my right hand.
So, how long did you have the cast on?
A month.
Okay.
One month.
Are you like all set now? You go off the top rope?
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's still painful,
Yeah.
but I think I got full movement in it, so
Can you hold your hands together? You see them?
still puffed up.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, you can tell. Just
Yeah.
barely.
Yeah.
So, you're out of the cast.
Out of the cast, back to training pretty much soon, next
Bigger,
week.
stronger, faster.
Yeah.
All right. What else is going on?
I'm looking at a life after wrestling right now.
Yeah?
Yeah,
Is there such a thing?
Yeah, there is. There's lots of things going
Life
on.
after
You
wrestling?
know what Tokyo's like. Everyone's hustling. Everyone's got something going on.
There's always a hustler on the streets of Tokyo.
Yeah.
Yeah. So how long have you been doing the wrestling anyway?
2 years, 3 including my 1 year of training.
Okay.
So
And for people who don't know the legend,
the legend.
then tell me, like, what's the deal? How'd you get into this?
Well, actually, I've told you this before, but I owe a lot of it to you because you know you got me into kickboxing.
I did.
When I was doing just my wrist locks in Aikido.
Yeah.
Right, and I thought, well, I better get into kickboxing again. And there was a kind of I wouldn't say obese lady, kind of overweight little Japanese girl
Yeah.
well, she's not even a girl, she's in her mid-40s, in Ihara Dojo where we used to train, and she was a tarot card reader,
Okay.
and I think she just wanted to bone me. Cause
Who was this? Who was
her name, I shouldn't probably say it, but
don't say it.
yeah, Green.
Okay, I got it.
Okay.
Okay.
Miss Green, she invited me over, and I wasn't interested, but I wanted my tarots done.
Yes.
That'd be cool. So she starts flipping out the cards.
Yeah.
She's like, this is your whole life course is all skewered off, and then she's like, show me your hands, and she's like looking at my hands, doing some shit with the reading that, and she's like, you are not doing, it's a goddamn true story as well.
Okay.
You are not doing what you want to do in life. What do you want to do? And I was like, well, I've always loved to come off the top rope, you know, like I always wanted to be a wrestler.
Yeah.
You know that because I've been saying that for years beforehand.
Since way back from the day.
Yeah. And she's like, well, I know this guy. And then she introduced me to him, and then he introduced me to someone else, and then a month later I quit my job and I was wrestling.
That's it.
That's it.
So, at what point you did a year of training?
Yeah.
What gym were you with? Or group or whatever?
Wrestling New Classic, they used to be called.
Okay.
WNC.
And what was the initial training like?
When I first got there to look at the training, it looked brutal as hell. I was like, gotta get ready for this. But then I realized that they just did that for me to try and scare me away.
Okay.
Because it actually wasn't that bad. Mm-hmm. Not many squats, which Japanese wrestlers are known for.
Yeah.
It was pretty relaxed. Still a good workout, but relaxed training.
Okay.
And then when I joined the new company last July, that's just...
Like what? What are we looking at? What are we dealing with here?
We're dealing with 1,000 squats at a time, you know, like minimum 300 to start, and then when they're pissed off, it's 1,000.
Jesus.
Yeah, that was brutal. Yeah. You know, can you imagine like getting to like 500 and you're like, I can't do this anymore.
Yeah.
I'm gonna fucking die.
Yeah.
And then they're like 500 to go. It was brutal.
So that's like when you're in that room and you're humping out all these squats. Like how many dudes are there working out?
15.
And everyone's doing the workout.
Everyone's doing it.
Everyone's doing it.
In unison because it's fucking Japan. Everyone does everything together.
Yeah. Radio Taiso. Okay.
And the minute you don't, you're the outsider.
Yeah.
Right? So I learned that the hard way because from about February this year I started skipping a lot of training. So I was just kind of pissed off with them.
Yeah.
And now I'm like the big outsider.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Yeah. Bit more insight to my mindset right now.
I see.
Like,
this leads us to the considering life after wrestling.
Exactly.
So you're going to take this masculine physique, this machismo, and what are you going to apply this to? What's next?
Who knows? I mean, I use my Japanese language ability somehow.
Yeah.
Try and get interpreting work.
Okay.
Translation.
And for anyone who doesn't know, your wrestling name is RIONNE Fujiwara.
Fujiwara.
Okay, what's the deal with that? Because you're fucking white.
I don't know why. Why does it come?
So why do you have a Japanese name?
A Japanese name. Well, actually, I wrestled a legend called Fujiwara.
Yeah.
Shoot fighter.
Okay.
You know? Learned from Carl Gotch, who's like invented catch as you can wrestling, like that legitimate.
Gotch is the shit.
Yeah. Legitimate badass.
Swinging fucking
Billy Robinson. You know, this is like Josh Hartnett's teacher, right? Like that kind of shit. I wrestled him. And he was old and could barely move. I think you guys came to that, right?
I think I was
there.
Yeah.
And it was a writer for a pro wrestling magazine who just came up with this crazy idea, like, because I had the worst ring name ever. It was like Yankee Ryon, right?
That was not.
It was horrible, and I didn't come up with that either. I was given that as well.
Yeah.
So he's like, your name sucks. You really need something new. And I was like, well, I'm wrestling Fuji. I was like, why don't you become his student and
cool
and get his name?
So that's like the narrative.
Yeah.
So I don't know shit about wrestling. I mean, like entertainment wrestling.
Yeah.
But I know that there's someone out there who writes a script.
Yeah.
At least for example, WWE. Like a
story.
story.
Yeah, everybody does.
Yeah. So that happens in your group as well.
Everything is scripted. You
Yeah.
have to give away too much, but it's entertainment.
Yeah.
But it was actually me who took it to my boss at the time. I was like, hey, this writer said that this might be a good idea, and he just jumped all over it. He's like, that's fucking cool.
Cool.
So,
and let's see what else. Who else did you wrestle with who's pretty fucking famous in MMA? What's his Masa?
Funaki. Yeah, he's badass. And you seen that Buzz Rutten fight on YouTube? And Buzz, I mean, I know you've seen it a long time ago when you were.
Yeah. Funaki and him fighting in rings, right?
Yeah, I think it was rings.
It was rings. Where they could open hand strike. Yeah. Funaki was the shit, man.
Yeah, he still is.
Yeah.
He's not the greatest wrestler going, but.
How old is he now?
Mid-40s.
Is he still jacked?
Still jacked.
Because Brings, dude, he is him and like Shamrock and maybe Rutten as well.
Right.
Just jacked.
I was listening to Shamrock on Stone Cold Steve Austin's podcast.
Yeah.
Right. And he was telling me about how how he joined UFC. Before that, his experience in Japan. He was saying that he came over to Japan as a nobody, but he had already done like MMA stuff before and wrestling. And he came into this dojo. It was Fujiwara's dojo. I think that was the story. And he was just tapping out motherfuckers in seconds. There's no one that could match Shamrock. And then after he finished, he cleaned the floor with everybody. I'm talking like 20, 25 guys, right? In walks Funaki, another guy called Minoru Suzuki.
Yeah.
Right? And they were young dudes at the time. This is like early 90s. And they're like, yeah, let's go. And they both tapped Shamrock out in seconds. That's what he said. That was what he said on the podcast.
Yeah.
He's like, he had nothing. But then he learned how to work him. He learned that Japanese style of wrestling.
Yeah. I've read both his books. I don't know what the fuck they were called.
Yeah.
Into the Lion's Den.
Right, that's one of them.
Yeah, and the second one, I read that as well. I think my mom sent me that after I got out of the clink. To like motivate me. That and a Bible or whatever. And let me see. Yeah, I remember him talking about coming over here. What do you think about the Stone Cold's podcast?
Yeah, this podcast thing is taken off. Everyone's doing them now.
Yeah, radio's fucking dead.
It's just dead.
Yeah, podcast.
But he's got his no. What is he called?
He's got two different podcasts.
Yeah, one is like the family-friendly version. The other one's like the potty mouth version. They're both cool. I mean, the thing is, I think those guys give away too much secrets of the wrestling business.
Yeah.
Right. They just talk openly, and they just they break down all the barriers. We call it the fourth wall.
Okay.
Which is like that wall between the fans and us who really know what we're doing.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of fans who think they know what we're really doing, but they don't. But they give everything away.
Yeah, I know. Like for example, like in Magic, I've known two, one world famous magician, and another one who was just a professional grinder, and they're the same thing.
Right.
Like they won't. Like there's a place where you don't let anyone see that.
You can't.
You gotta keep it.
Yeah.
So you guys have that.
Yeah. Well, in Japan we have it, but right now in the States it's almost dead.
It's totally wide open.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
And it's the internet age. Everyone knows everything.
Yeah.
So I mean, back in the day, before the internet, they would post things in newspapers, like title matches that never ever took place, and they would just hand the belt to. Okay, you're gonna get the belt for the next few months, and there was it happened in Puerto Rico, or it happened in Mexico, and it never fucking happened.
Okay.
But they used to be able to do that, but now you can't do shit.
Yeah. Everyone can track everything.
Everyone can track everything.
Yeah. Fucking Facebook's tracking us right now.
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
probably recording us. Look at this laptop. You see this right here?
Mm-hmm.
What is this?
Oh, you've got your tape over the camera.
Always, dude. Tape over the camera because it's so easy for someone to remotely turn on your camera.
Right.
It's like a 6-step thing.
Right. Well, I've got my iPhone there, and who knows? Someone's probably activated that.
Now the fucking drones are coming now.
Yeah.
Smart bombs are dropping.
Well, it can go back to
two birds with one stone. They hit this shitty building.
Goes back to fucking James Cameron. What a genius he was.
Yeah.
Writing all that shit about in the 80s about what's gonna happen.
And
Skynet and.
Yeah, here it comes.
Here it comes.
Fucking T-800s.
Yeah.
What about that? Okay, the new Terminator movie's coming. Any predictions?
Well, I was kind of disappointed with the X-Men one, the latest one that came out, because they just went back and pretty much said, fuck everything that we've ever done with every movie.
Yeah.
But it was a good movie. I liked it. I don't know what you thought. I know you're a big X-Men guy.
Yeah.
I kind of liked the film, but they just said, fuck everything that happened before.
Yeah.
We're starting again. And this looks like it's going to be the same. So.
Yeah, I know. It's a little more complicated with Terminator.
Yeah.
What X-Men movie are you talking about?
Days of Future Past.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't even know fucking which one that was. And I know
that was the one where, at the end, like the young Magneto raises up that stadium, and it was all. It took. I mean, the whole thing about having X-Men take place in the 70s is so that Hugh Jackman could just take off his shirt and just
Doesn't he get out of bed?
He gets out of bed and
he's got veins on his ass.
I mean, I'm as straight as they come, but I had a hard time just looking. I was like, man, that's a man.
No hetero, but Jesus, veins on his ass.
Veins on his ass.
And he's in his 40s.
Yeah.
I mean, goddamn,
just ripped.
Hugh. And I ask you about movies again if people don't know.
Yep.
Because you've made movies here.
Yeah.
It's
taken forever to get this latest one out, which I started in 2010, and you helped me on that.
Hey, is it out?
No, not yet.
Not yet.
I started in 2010, in December 2010, finished in April 2012. The same weekend, our good friend passed away.
Yeah.
And I had the screening that weekend that he decided to pass away. and no one could come to it, which was kind of a blessing actually, because then it got bought by a producer almost straight away, and it's just taken forever because he's a busy producer. And
something's gonna happen with it.
Yeah, it's almost done finally. It's in the hands of some color guy who took a year to color it. You know.
Should have got Ed back on that shit.
Yeah, I wish.
Have you seen the Star Wars stuff he's done?
I haven't seen it. No, I haven't seen it.
It's pretty fucking tight.
He sent me a link, but I couldn't download it. I don't know.
Yeah, I've watched all of them. And
what's the deal? He makes those, or what's he?
It's like a court. I don't know, man. I don't have a fucking clue what is going on anywhere.
Right.
However, apparently this whole underground community, the heavy metal community, they like read out the flicks, redo the sound, etc., and they cut out the shitty parts of the film.
So it's the original film.
It's the original film, and it's still got a lot of the original dialogue sounds, but they put in cool music.
Okay.
And they edited a bit.
Right.
So, like when I've watched his heavy metal Star Wars clips, the movie is considerably more enjoyable.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because he put on a thing on Facebook the other day, like somebody gave him a 9.2 out of 10.
Yeah.
But in the comments they wrote, it made the movie bearable to watch. So I mean, I thought Ed had made some kind of Star Wars film, and it was crappy, but his music was good, but it wasn't. So what you're saying? That
was the one where he redid the pod race from episode 1.
I don't know. Yeah.
Look, dude, episode 1 was a fucking piece of shit.
Yeah.
I mean, Jar Jar Binks.
Yeah.
The whole thing. And that kid in episode 1, where did he go?
Right.
He's fucking vanished.
Yeah. So I mean, now I get it. Now I get the comment that it's actually.
That's exactly it.
Yeah.
So they redo it, and it gets tight. They're interesting. Watchable, at least.
Cool.
Yeah. Okay, so let's see. Now, what? Wait a minute. There's a tour, an American tour that you're supposed to be going on, right?
Right.
So I've heard the rumors. We've been on Facey. You told me there's some dirt, some grime, some filth.
I got hit up by a guy to bring my famous boss to the States, and he's famous. He was famous in the late '80s, early '90s, and he still commands $10,000 per match.
10 G's a match.
10 grand a match.
Is it cool? Can we say his name? Who is this guy?
His name is Muto. In the States, Muta.
Muta, okay.
What happened? His name's Keiji Muto, but somebody couldn't say his name in the States, and they made a mistake on the card, and they put an A instead of an O, so M-U-T-A, and he just became Muto, and that's what he's famous for now. Right. And he commands 10 grand a match. So when they told us, look, we want to bring him and you and like 8 other guys over, and I was like, well, okay, it's a 5-match tour, so you do the math. How much minimum they have to pay to get this guy over there. And it's just taken, we've extended their deadline a few times, and we've given them till Monday, 3 p.m.
Like this Monday?
This Monday.
Tomorrow. Okay.
And the thing is, the tours, we're supposed to be leaving on the 21st, which is like a week from today.
Yeah.
So we've extended.
But who, these promoters, are they like legit dudes?
I talked to a lot of people, and he seems kind of legit, but you think do the math about how much money they need.
Yeah.
And they're small indie promotions. I don't. We highly doubt. We highly doubt that this stuff is gonna happen. But
so if it does go down, where are you going?
Supposed to be starting in Philly, and then ending in Atlanta, which stops in between Charlotte. We're going Columbus, Ohio, Charlotte, Pittsburgh, and end up in Philly.
Okay. You've done that before?
I've been to New York. Upstate New York.
Upstate
Upstate New York.
That's where I'm from, upstate.
Syracuse, and a little place called Watertown. Watertown, New York. It's basically Canada. Jesus. And they call their hats toques there. So it's basically, right? Yeah.
Oh my god.
It's like 30 minutes from the border.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You might as well be in fucking Maine.
Yeah.
What's it like, man, when you wrestle in the States? I mean, what are the shows like?
Well,
I know they're kind of indie shows, so...
Yeah, I mean, this particular group, 2CW, they were called, they got their shit together.
Okay.
And their fans are cool. But I feel that the fans in the States just go to wrestling now just to try and chant as much as they can.
Okay.
They come up with cool chants, whatever. They'd actually go there to support the wrestling. It's just whatever they can try and think of some kind of hilarious chant to... it's the way it is. Like, that's all they do. It's like a soccer match. They just sing the whole time now.
That's what it sounds like.
Yeah. But I was supposed to be the bad boy, the bad guy, when I went over there. Wrestling the hometown hero. And he was going over, which means he was winning. We say go over. But the fans must have looked me up on Wikipedia or whatever the hell they do, and they found out, oh, this guy's Fujiwara. Oh my god, he's got a Japanese name. He must be good. And so they just started cheering for me the whole time. It totally ruined everything I wanted to do.
Really?
In the match. Because I wanted to. Everything I was doing was a real asshole kind of thing. And kind of dickhead, dicky stuff. And not cool stuff. Right. Trying to get this guy, that's his hometown, trying to get him to chant for him.
Yeah.
But no, they didn't.
Really?
Yeah, they.
And did that screw up the whole thing?
Kinda. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it didn't get the reaction I wanted.
Okay.
So if I'd been more of a veteran, and if he'd been more of a veteran, we could have changed it on the fly. Yeah. Okay, this is not working. Because, you can speak to, I'm not to give a whole lot away, but you can speak during the match. Mm-hmm. This is not working, let's change it. Okay. You're supposed to feed to the crowd, but we kind of had our shit already planned, so.
Yeah.
Kind of down. Yeah.
What about, you've seen The Wrestler.
I have.
So how many, what from that?
I know a few guys that were extras in that as well. It was pretty funny.
Really?
Yeah, listen to them talk.
Does that seem legit? The premise of the film.
100%.
Yeah.
That's how it is.
I've got that DVD and I'm going to fucking watch it.
There are guys who were massive, as big as Hulk Hogan, but then just lost their spot. And it's like, I guess it's like coming off heroin and just missing that fix and,
Yeah.
And there's guys that would just come out for like $20 in front of like 20 people, stoned, doped out of their brains, but former stars. Just wasted on alcohol, high on something.
Yeah.
But just trying to get that buzz from the crowd, and doing it in their 50s and 60s as well. I can tell you right now, Scott Hall, one guy. Just look up Scott Hall and you'll see.
Yeah. He's not pretty.
He's a mess, and he was just, what do they call him? They call him. Anyway, when he was young, some kind of name that he was just ripped and just shredded it's like someone sculpted.
Yeah.
Just a fucking man. If you were to imagine what a man would look like, it was him. And he had like this hairy chest and just ripped to shreds. And now he's still trying to claim that spotlight as an old 55-year-old. His son's in Japan actually wrestling for New Japan.
Really?
Yeah.
Is his son all jacked?
His son's pretty jacked.
Yeah. It's probably all the creatine.
I'm sure it's creatine.
Creatine and Pectec. All right. Yeah. Let's see here. You got any other wrestling news?
No, not really. Just another super famous wrestler passed away early. Lifespan of wrestlers is if you can hit 70, you're doing good.
Yeah, dude. Seems like wrestlers have the same lifespan as bodybuilders.
Yeah.
It's
a mix of doing all those steroids, and if you're at the top of your game, you're at WWE. Maybe not so now, but in the 80s and 90s, you were doing coke every night.
Yeah.
Mixed with that steroids, getting hammered on booze. That was like rock and roll.
Yeah, it seems like a thing now. The WWE guys, they kind of gone a different way.
Small now. All of them are small.
Yeah, the bigger guy. The big names too. It seems like they're just more. I don't know. Like they're trying. Of course, longevity.
Right.
And life after wrestling is a big part of it.
Yeah.
So it seems like they
more education.
That too, and they don't want to fucking die.
Yeah.
So they're watching all the older guys who are checking out in their 50s.
In their 50s.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Ultimate Warrior came back. After years of him fighting with Vince McMahon, not talking, came back, cut this promo in the ring about. It was crazy. It was like he looked like he was high in the ring at the time.
Yeah.
Just saying every man. What is he saying? Counts his last breath. Every man has to do something before he died. He died 2 days later. He just cut this amazing promo about how he's so happy that he got his chance to say, sorry and make up, and every man has their last walk in the spotlight before he goes, and then he died of a heart attack. He was roided. You've never seen a bigger body than this guy. He was just.
Yeah.
If there's any kind of roids, I'm sure he had them all.
Yeah, I have no doubt. No doubt in my mind.
And that's a good lesson for some. Don't abuse steroids. I'm not saying don't take them.
Yeah.
Don't abuse them.
Don't abuse them. Because that shit can fuck you up.
It can.
Yeah. But at the same time, you need that creatine.
Yeah. Creatine's good.
Yeah, you gotta get the creatine.
Yeah. But in the 80s, people were saying creatine was as bad as steroids, right? Saying
people said a lot of
kill you.
crazy shit.
Yeah.
Creatine. I for the longest time, I've been working at a gym since I was 15.
Right.
So for the longest time, there were people, like teenagers in high school, who are like, "Mom, I wanna take protein." And their mother looks in a magazine and goes, "Oh, please don't get on protein."
Yeah.
Don't get on protein.
Yeah.
Like it's gonna, I don't know, rip your kidneys out of your ass.
Yeah.
Something's gonna come out of your ass if you're on protein.
Yeah.
Some disgusting, stinky farts. But
Right.
aside from that, it's probably one of the better things you can put in your
Yeah,
body.
why not?
Yeah, protein's the shit.
Yeah.
No pun intended. All right, let's look at some news. You can give me your insight. You've been here a long time.
Yep, sure have.
Okay, here we go. Some recent news. This is from June 13th. Shibuya talent agency president arrested for rape.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. Wouldn't surprise me. I mean, how many girls have actually... I'm sure it's happened hundreds. If he's a talent agency guy, it's probably happening every week.
Yeah, and get a load of this shit. Okay, so it's in Shibuya.
Uh-huh.
They've got the office right next to the station. The organization's called Sweets Selection. Girls and boys. Snap collection. And this guy's a 34-year-old, and he was a catcher. Like, worked the street in Shibuya.
Yeah.
Probably right there at Scramble.
Yeah, on the crossing there.
Yeah, you know, and I know you've been over there once or twice.
Yeah, know that place pretty well.
Yeah. And I guess this chick was 20, and he had hit her up to, have a modeling career.
Right. And he tried to rape her.
I guess that happened a little later. Yeah, like the day later. She alleges that he raped her. Kenichi, that's his name. He says that no, it was all consensual, blah, blah, blah. Well, my point here is all those scumbags work in front of the stations.
Yeah.
Like, we're in Ikebukuro right now, and there's about 50 of these guys between us and the station. They're all going to ask me if I want a modeling career. So I should be really careful. They're all scumbags.
Yeah.
And there's a very fine line here between a modeling career and like a career sucking wieners on video.
I read a thing on Facebook the other day about Japan's most successful male porn star. I don't know if you saw that. I posted it up there.
What's the guy's name?
I can't remember.
I used something of this in an article I wrote about lots of sex and sexist Japan.
Right. I think he has fucked like almost 3,000 women.
Oh wow.
He's like number one. He's like 33, like the number one AV star.
I know the guy.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't hang out with him.
Yeah.
nor do I want to. But I think I read the same thing.
Right.
Yeah, and he was talking about how the big problem is you just can't. There's no porn guys.
Right. Yeah, there's like 70 dudes working.
Yeah,
like
for
thousands of
a
women.
Massive industry.
Yeah.
Okay, some other fun news. Bolsuzoku member among suspects in fake pregnancy scam. This is Japan. Okay, this guy, 20 years old. He used to be a member of Uchikoshi Spectre, which is like a biker gang that started in Hachioji in the 70s.
Wow.
And these biker gangs, the Bolsuzoku guys, they've been classified as quasi-yakuza.
Okay.
Like official organized crime groups now.
Yeah.
So even if you're just wearing the uniform, you can get clinked up for that.
Wow.
Well, this shit blows my mind. So this guy has been part of a small team, 2 or 3 guys, who they, using, what do they use? Hold on, I got it all right here. Like high school and college alumni association records, they find the names of like grannies and whatnot. They call them and they say, "Hey, Grandma, it's your son, Kenji. It's me, Kenji, Mom, or Grandma.
Right.
And I've got a big problem. I've knocked up a married woman.
Wow.
And I got to pay this blackmail or whatever it is." And yeah, they racked up about 100 G's US with this scam.
It's like that "it's me" scam.
Yeah,
but
it is the "it's me" scam.
But it's not. Well, because what do they usually do? I know you know this. You've talked to these guys.
Yeah.
You've shared rooms with these guys.
Yeah, that was fun. Well, yeah, they just usually a team's involved, and they'll call, the elderly, and like, "Hey, it's me," until they elicit some information.
Right.
But now, man, with the internet, and especially the internet's everywhere in Japan as well, you find it online. Here's what blows my mind. He gets busted for doing it to a 66-year-old woman.
Yeah.
66.
Okay.
Now, I don't know
it's
how
a young
old,
grandma.
Yeah, I don't know. Was it a grandmother? Hold on. No, he was posing as her son.
Okay, 66-year-old woman's son.
Yes, her son.
Okay.
Now, I don't know how old your folks are.
My dad's, I mean, I'm 33. My mom's 62, so it's kind of... Well, he's 20, right?
Yeah, my dad's in his early 60s.
Okay.
My mother, not yet, she's on her way. let me put it this way. Let me put it this way. I call my grandmother.
Right.
My grandmother, who's 90.
Right.
If you call my grandmother,
right,
and you say, "Hey, it's me, Eric,"
yeah,
that's gonna take about 30 goddamn seconds before she hangs up on you, and realizing obviously that you're not me.
Right.
It's her son.
Mm-hmm.
This is what my point is. This: how does some guy who's 20 call a 66-year-old woman,
right,
and trick her into thinking that he's her son?
Yeah.
And then she sends $20,000.
My God.
Could you pull this off?
I couldn't, but God, I would love to. 20 grand.
Here come the smartphone. Yeah, 20 grand, man. 2 million yen.
Wow.
First of all, she had 2 million yen to give.
Yeah.
And she buys it. She buys this.
I mean, Japanese people have cash everywhere, I'm sure.
Like under the mattress.
It's just lying around. And, I mean, some present company excluded. A lot of Japanese people are quite gullible.
Yeah.
And believe pretty much. I mean, for us, we can come to Japan, we can tell them that we're fucking actors in Australia, we're doing this, and then people believe you. So they pretty much believe anything you tell them.
Yeah, there's a higher level of gullibility, but still, your own son.
I don't know, yeah. Actually, I told a lady that happened to. Right?
Really?
Yeah, she sent about the same. I think she sent like 3 million yen. Yeah, this was back in like 2007 when it was just taking off as well. Right?
My mother won't even send me.
Yeah, no, I could ask my dad for $5.
Yeah, he won't send me money. So I don't see them sending some chump money who's pretending as me. You know what we should do? If you don't go on your tour, we should have you call my mom and try to convince her that you're me.
I have to try and pull off your accent first.
Yeah,
I think that might give it away.
And I'll do it too. I'll call your dad.
Yeah.
I'll try. I'll put on my Aussie accent. See how that goes. I'm sure it'll go really well.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, that's the big news here in Japan.
It seems like every week we read about some old dude strangling to death his old wife. Like just the other day, there's an 86-year-old man.
Yeah.
Strangled to death his 81-year-old wife.
That's charming.
Yeah, I mean, it's all that's happening. There's little family murders happening all the time here.
Yeah, they just can't handle it anymore.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess on some level I get it. But and there's the other one. Let's see, crime. The Black Widow of Osaka. Have you heard about her?
Yeah, she's famous as fuck.
Yeah,
right?
they're tagging another murder on her.
Okay, it was like 12.
She's already locked up for 2, and they're slapping her with the 3rd one.
Wow.
Chisako Kakehi.
Right.
Big winner on the name there.
Yeah.
And yeah, she wasted 2 guys with cyanide.
Right. Yeah.
And apparently they're slapping a number 3.
Okay. Well,
girl.
She's gone, isn't she? She's seeing out the rest of her life. And
yeah, I'm looking at her picture now. She's got not much.
Not much
left.
going on.
Yeah, she'll be fine.
Just today, I went to a wrestling event this morning. I'm sitting in the crowd, and it was girls wrestling, so it was like a lot of crazy fans that attend these girls wrestling events. Yeah, before I came here.
Yeah.
I had to meet a couple of people, do a quick interview and whatnot there, but I'm sitting in the crowd, and just out of nowhere, and this is like 2 rows ahead of me, and it's packed, Korakuen is packed, because these girls, they're all like skebe guys, like these like kind of guys that, you know, just go there just to, I mean, they're
pervy bastards.
They're not actually, yeah, exactly, they're not actually watching them, they're all just taking photos.
Yeah.
The whole thing.
Trying
anyway,
to take pictures of the clan.
there's like some guy sitting 2 rows in front of me. He's like a long hair, and I wasn't sure at first if it was like a fat lady or an old guy or whatever. But anyway, some dude just gets up and just like stands. He's literally like from meter away, clenches his fist and just goes like Timmy, and just whacks this guy. And it was the worst punch I've ever seen. It kind of like skidded over his head.
Yeah.
And he just starts screaming, like, "Come outside and fight me now!" This is like literally like 4 hours ago, and everyone in Korakuen Hall just pretended it wasn't happening. I was like, man, I'm the only white guy here. Should I get up and just escort this guy away? Kind of thought I'd watch it for a little bit, to see what played out. He starts clenching up his fist, going to hit again, and the other Japanese dude is still sitting in his seat. He's taking it, and he's like, why are you angry? Why are you angry? And everyone else is just ignoring this thing. No one even blinked. It was like it wasn't even happening. I'm looking around, going, "This is better than what's going on in the ring," And then he just walks away, and nothing happened. And everyone just that guy went back to his business, and it's just really, really weird.
Yeah, that's Japan.
That's Japan.
Yeah, bizarre shit happens.
And everyone just ignores it.
Yeah. You weren't there at Korakuen back in the day when there was a Shinihon event.
Was it? I heard the story. Was it Yogi or Korakuen?
It was Korakuen.
Okay.
And the shit popped off.
Right.
With the guys from Victory Gym.
Yeah.
From Saitama.
I know you got some good.
Uchida's crew.
I know you got some good props from.
Yeah, and we're in a goddamn. We're in the Madison Square Garden of Japan.
Right.
The place is packed with gangsters.
Right.
And like tough guys.
Right.
No one's doing anything.
Yeah. Oh really?
No one was doing shit.
Okay.
And then the Saitama guys were, because they're all like, actually, Bolsasoku types.
Right.
But, yeah, and we were just.
Oh, one story. Maybe it was a different event. It broke off and it was like everyone was fighting everybody, and you and Mike were like fighting guys.
That was that event. But
okay.
it was Mike Musashi.
Uh-huh.
And me.
Okay.
Fighting everyone from Saitama. So they had the whole, like, is it the south side with the bleachers?
Yeah.
Like that whole wall.
The orange seats, right?
That was all them.
Mm-hmm.
So they're like all pouring down.
Okay.
And it's us fighting them.
Jesus.
Yeah, and Kaicho's got blood splattered on his face. Yeah.
Okay.
And he's turning around, he's grabbing some guy brandishing his fist. Jesus Christ.
Yeah. I wouldn't like to get on his wrong side.
And no, not at all. Yeah. But at the same time, like, we had, 15, 20 guys, pro fighters from Ihara, who were just all standing around staring.
Yeah. That's just a Japanese thing, I think.
Yeah, they're just frozen.
Yeah.
No reaction.
Yeah, samurai alone going.
Yeah, no shit. They're
well, while we're on the topic of kickboxing, it's funny because my group Wrestle One, we're owned by the same parent company that owns K1. Okay. So that's how we got our name. Yeah. So it's like K1, Kickboxing 1, Wrestle 1, W1.
Oh, got it.
So now we're all in the same fucking building.
Yeah.
5 stories. We got like MMA. We got a fucking cage in there now. It's just taking off. It's like this amazing center.
Shit.
Yeah, I got a kickboxing ring, a wrestling ring, and a fucking cage on the same floor.
Have you thought about MMA?
I would like to. I think I'm gonna go train with them because they said I can train for free.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, so.
You never know.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, fuck cool.
The thing, a lot of Japanese pro wrestlers can actually also legitimately wrestle.
Yeah.
Because we do a lot of that. We fucking legitimately roll around and wrestle.
Yeah, they can do submission wrestling.
Yeah. So a lot of those guys are already pretty damn good.
Yeah, well, Sakuraba back in the day, the General Matsui, Takara.
Yeah.
They were all just pro wrestlers.
Yeah.
And then look at what Sakuraba did.
Right. Yeah. The Gracie Killer.
Yeah, tap out spree.
Yeah. Well, I think MMA has a lot to thank. They have a lot. How do I say this? They owe pro wrestling a lot.
Yeah.
Because, this is how I see it, and it was in Japan at least. I don't know about UFC, but how I see it is the fans wanted something more real. Mm-hmm. So out comes UWF.
Yeah.
Right? And it was still pro wrestling, but it looked real.
Yeah.
It was all still determined. Everything was predetermined, scripted, but it looked fucking real.
Yeah.
Then you had this thing where it broke off. What was it Pancrase that Funaki started? And that was 70% real, from what I can tell. I don't know. What do you know about that?
Oh, you're right. Pancrase. I said rings earlier, but it was Pancrase.
Pancrase. I think it was Pancrase.
Pancrase, yeah, you're right.
And there were like 2 or 3 matches per 8. 8 on the card. Maybe 2 of them were actually rigged.
Yeah,
that's right. Rigged, scripted.
Yeah.
Right. And I think MMA owes a lot. You look at UFC. I don't think UFC is scripted at all. But there are people who believe that some of the shit is in UFC. I don't know. What do you?
I don't think it's scripted.
I don't think so, but there are people who believe it.
Anytime there's money involved, though, someone could take a dive.
Right.
That's not a big thing. There's a lot of talk about that from the Pride days.
Okay.
What everyone has said is there was no organizational script, but people got visited individually.
Right.
With, baggies full of cash.
Right.
So, yeah, probably some guys.
Yeah.
Fine. I think it was Sonnen who talked about this a lot, talking about a Crow Cop. He said, Crow Cop really knocked people out, and Crow Cop never took a dime.
Right.
But he doesn't realize that some of the people he fought did.
Right.
Yeah. So maybe, I don't know. Yeah. But dude, go watch the fights. I think if you know fighting, if you really know fighting, you go watch and you see what's
right.
It's really clear.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna. You don't pay me a lot of money to let Crow Cop kick me in the face with his shin.
Right. Yeah. Exactly.
So,
exactly.
And you know what? It's whatever. Who gives a shit?
Yeah.
It's fascinating. It's fun to watch.
Yeah. But still, there's nothing better for me than I wrestle. But still, at the end of the day, if I'm gonna watch some kind of fight, it's wrestling, MMA. It's got to be kickboxing.
Yeah,
it's still just the fucking greatest sport.
Yeah.
Ever.
Yeah, it is. It's the shit. It's the sport of the gods.
Yeah.
Glory 22 just happened.
Right.
I talked about that in the last one. And, Jesus Christ. I had serious dome movement watching that. And I just got text that the last UFC was the shit. I'll watch it this evening.
Oh, yeah?
See what's up. You know, there's some prospects in UFC.
Right.
I don't get that carried away because I don't like the cage element very much. I prefer ring.
Yeah.
Okay, hold on a minute. Now, what I'm looking at here, these are interview questions that Google uses. Google's famous for difficult interviews.
Okay.
And for these really obtuse, crazy interviews. So what I'm going to do is ask you some of these interview questions.
All right.
That Google uses to find the best of the best.
Here we go.
Yeah. And you just answer to the best of your ability.
All right. Let's go.
Right. But your future probably hangs in the balance. Let's see here. Why are manhole covers round? Come on, your career at Google's on the line.
Easier to take out, I guess. I don't know.
Easier to take out.
Easier to pick up. I get out. Fuck, that wouldn't even. No, that's not it at all. I have no idea.
Okay, that's a good answer. Google's listening. Here's the next one. Hold on, that one's no good. All right, here we go. A man pushed his car to a hotel and lost his fortune. What happened?
A man pushed his car
to a hotel. And lost his fortune.
Lost his fortune?
Yes, what happened?
Was the fortune in his car or was it?
That's what you're supposed to tell Google.
Well, I'm supposed to tell Google. Wow. I got nothing.
I don't either. Okay. Let's see here. Let's do one more. Let me find a really challenging one. Okay. If a person dials a sequence of numbers on the telephone, what possible words can be formed from the letters associated with those numbers?
What possible words?
I don't know. I have no idea. Fuck Google. I don't even...
Any possible words, really? Cause
I guess so. It's a bunch of numbers.
Yeah.
You know how fucking stupid we sound right now?
Yeah.
There's someone smart listening to this. All 5 people who
at least they're not watching because you've got your tape on the...
That's true. Yeah. I don't know, man. I'm going to stop using Google.
Oh, Google.
Yeah, I've got a headache now. All right. So what about working out? Your hand's fixed now.
Hand's fixed, but I've been doing a lot of these full body workouts lately. It's pretty cool.
Like what?
Just you go online, look at like the Wolverine workout or fucking different stuff like that. It's pretty cool stuff, but just not necessarily focus on one body part per day, mixing it up more.
Okay.
Because I just kind of get into that rut of doing the same shit all the time. Like, you know, if I'm doing chest, it'll be the flies, whatever they are, and just trying to mix it up and shock my muscles a little bit.
Yeah. What's your diet like?
Diet's not great. I would be ripped to shreds if I had a great diet because I work out like a beast.
Yeah.
But like I'm drinking this beer and I love going to Fridays, you know.
Yeah.
The happy hour beer's there.
That's true.
So.
And the greasy food. That shit doesn't help.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure Wolverine, when he's doing those workouts, he's not drinking beers.
No, he's not.
He's probably taking a lot of creatine.
Yeah. He's got his chefs making all his food for him.
That's true. That's true. What about that? Let's talk about that. What about like Hugh Jackey in the new X-Men movie, veins on his ass? Do you think he was geared up for that? Do you think he was on the program?
Apparently not, but I find it very hard to believe that he wasn't. And it's like people say The Rock is not geared up. I mean, he's got more gear in him than I don't know what, but
I guarantee you, dude, The Rock's piss is anabolic. Fucking guaranteed. His piss is
guaranteed. And you look at him in his wrestling days, he is so much more bigger now.
Yeah.
You know?
He is jacked and huge
just
now.
Massive.
And keep in mind, wrestling, that's his prime.
Yeah.
His prime of testosterone.
And he came straight from football. Right? University of Miami.
Yeah.
They won like a championship or something while he was there, and he's got access to their gym.
Yep. So suddenly in his 40s. It all comes together.
Yeah.
Sure does when you got a doctor's prescription.
Yeah. And you'd be nice.
I'm not knocking it.
Yeah.
Very well, guys. Enjoy. I just don't like the bullshit.
Yeah.
That's my only thing.
Yeah.
So, okay, what else does anyone have to... Let's hit on this real quick before we finish up. You mentioned life after wrestling.
Yeah.
So what does that look like?
it looks like not being like the guy that I just talked about, Scott Hall, not being like the wrestler.
Yeah.
Getting out and still, it's kind of like being in Japan. I've been here so long that I'm kind of sick of this place right now.
Yeah, yeah.
And it's time. I don't want to get to that stage where I fucking hate wrestling. I can't stand to turn it on TV and watch it. It's time to fade out slowly. You know, the next couple of years. You know, and just
So I mean, when you walk away, are you gonna totally walk away?
Walk away from the mainstream stuff, yeah.
Yeah.
Which is what I'm in now.
And just go get into something new.
Something new, and I still do a couple of little matches on the side for like tiny little places.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, just keep the fitness up and get your little fix every now and then. You know,
Okay.
what I mean? But no more mainstream stuff.
Okay.
I mean, we're on cable TV like 3-4 times a month.
Yeah.
You know, and in the wrestling world, like just the other day, I was in Ikebukuro quickly, walking through the station, and some girl, she just screamed, "Hey, Fujiwara-san!"
Yeah.
And this kind of shit happens, you know, it's starting to happen a lot more regularly.
Well, I think you should delay the
No,
exodus.
it actually might be the perfect time to.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But it's not happening straight away, but
Yeah.
let's let you expand your horizons and
Well, obviously you
branch out.
You fucking broke your finger doing the eye gouge, but
Yeah.
what other injuries? Anything?
Nah, just a bit of a bad back.
Yeah.
It's not
Is
good.
that from wrestling or something else?
That was when I was a rookie trainee before I debuted.
Yeah.
I'm doing this crazy Japanese style workout. And it was like the card game. I'm sure you've played it before.
Yeah. Was it push-ups or what?
There's push-ups, squats, lunges. It was Indian. What do they call them? Not Indian push-ups.
Hindu push-ups.
Hindu push-ups.
Yeah.
Indian push-ups. Whatever.
Yeah.
And we just because every card was double for us. So if it was like you pulled a 10, you had to do 20 of them. And it was like a whole deck. And just at the end of the workout, I was like, "Fuck, my back's a bit sore. Something not right." And that was at the end of 2012. I've been carrying that injury for the entire time I've been wrestling.
And getting slammed and shit.
Getting
that helps.
slammed and shit. And,
Yeah. Huge fucking sumo guy sitting on you.
Yeah.
Who is that dude?
He weighs 500 pounds, like 230 kilos.
God.
And he is nice enough guy, but to be blunt, he's a ripoff of a guy called Rikishi from the WWE.
Yeah.
Rikishi is actually Japanese for wrestler, I believe.
Okay.
Right, and that's where he got the ring name. And that guy was 500 pounds, but could do a side kick to you and knock your head off.
Okay.
He was impressive, and he was super safe to work with, and he wouldn't hurt anybody.
Yeah.
But when you get this guy dropping 500 pounds on you,
Yeah.
half of it is like stuff. When he lands on you, you literally cannot breathe.
Yeah. No shit.
You just
Does the guy have any mobility at all?
a little bit. He's got that one move where a guy sits in the corner of the ring and he slams his ass into your face.
Yeah, I think I've seen a picture
I'm
of that.
sure you've seen that one. That is actually the safest of all his moves.
Good God.
As long as you move your head
Yeah.
at that split second when it comes, and if you move it early or late, I'm sure he'll snap your neck.
Yeah.
But it's that split second you have to move, or he's gonna kill you.
Yeah.
But everything else fucking hurts.
Jesus.
I mean, I've had him like we call it a splash, where he pretty much just belly dives on top of you, and I've just been like, and then the referee counts 1, 2, 3. I was like, please count faster, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's brutal.
Man. Okay, one more thing about the wrestling. I'm curious. I don't know if this is confidential or whatever. What is payment like?
Not very good.
Not very good.
At what level though? What I mean, are you talking like Japanese level? Are you talking WWE?
No, I'm talking. Let's talk about the big guy, the 500-pound guy. What's he pulling down?
Couldn't imagine any more than 300,000 in a month at most.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not much.
And beyond that, past that, I mean, is it possible to have like sponsors, private sponsors, quote unquote?
He might, because he's an ex-sumo, right? Semi-famous sumo, not really, not Akebono's, you know, level, but I don't think he does.
What about someone, not you,
Yeah.
but someone just like you?
Just like me?
Or was it be possible for them to?
I would say, you would know this, and I'm not going to say the figure, but I would say half of a full-time ALT regular salary.
Okay. And then on top of that, could someone, not you, but someone just like you, expect, what about private sponsors or sponsors?
Not actually cash,
Yeah.
but we meet a lot of rich fans, and when they take you out, they treat you well.
Okay. Yeah. What about like subs, gear?
Yeah. I mean, that all depends on the individual. I've got a couple of crazy female fans who are just legitimate nut jobs, but just line up with presents.
Yeah.
One of them works at Gold's Gym as well. Actually, she's like a trainer there or something. She does stuff there, and she drops off bags of supplements.
That's nice.
It's I mean, I went out and bought a legitimate bottle of creatine.
Okay.
2 days later, she gave me the exact same one.
Okay.
So, and I got 2 of those. But, not me, but another friend of mine, a foreign wrestler.
Yeah.
Told me this story. He went out with a fan. This guy owns his parents own 5 hospitals in Tokyo.
Oh wow. So he's really poor.
Yeah, he's pretty poor.
I see.
So this friend of mine started out at Hard Rock Cafe, and he said to me, he was like, anything you want on the menu, alright, whatever, because it's in Roppongi. So he probably ordered about 10,000 yen just for himself.
Yeah.
Best steak you could get. They go off to the highest end hostess bar.
Okay.
You could go. I mean, it's just the top of the top.
Yeah.
It's called Chick.
Okay,
Chick. But you check it out online. It's just chandeliers everywhere, and not that I would know, but he showed me the photos.
I'll show you the pictures online.
And then, so and this guy, he goes to this hostess bar 4 or 5 times a week, and he's dropping $3-4 grand every time.
Yeah.
Multiply that by the number of days that he goes, per month.
Yeah.
He's dropping crazy money at this hostess bar, and it's the same thing because Japanese love to stick to their rituals. Yeah, everything's the same. Then he moves off to the foreign strip club afterwards.
Okay.
And
was this Russians, Brazilians?
From what I hear,
from what your friend told you,
what my friend told me,
yes,
it's a lot of Brazilians.
Okay.
A couple of Russians. A couple of Japanese, but mostly Brazilians, mostly Russians.
Did he say this was in Roppongi?
He said it was in Roppongi.
I see then. Okay.
But he has had quite a few good nights there, apparently.
Oh, good nights.
Yeah. So.
Well, I'm happy for him.
Yeah. I'm very envious of this guy.
Yeah.
But
as am I. That sounds. That sounds good.
But the fan doesn't know too much about wrestling. He just, if you're a wrestler, oh, you're cool. But he only likes foreign wrestlers.
Okay.
So, maybe someone like yourself, you're a big guy.
Yeah.
You could easily pass as a wrestler.
Yeah.
I'm not into that kind of stuff, so I wouldn't go. But I can hook you up and...
Do I have to pose in my panties? Does he want some pics? No. I cut my hair. I don't have long hair.
Yeah, true. I
think it would have been better with long hair.
Styling and profiling there with
we'll see. I don't know. We'll see what we can come up with.
Yeah, but that's... those kind of stories are quite common.
Well...
Another doctor from Yokohama that I'm quite close with takes me to yakiniku all the time. And it's like high-class yakiniku.
Yeah.
10,000 yen a plate.
It's the wrestling connection.
The wrestling connection.
Okay.
So we got a lot of rich fans.
Yeah. A lot of crazy hoes.
Yeah. But you don't necessarily see a whole lot of cash, but you get a whole good treatment.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, so...
That's something.
It helps.
Yeah, it's better than nothing.
Even little things like some fans will give you like 5,000 yen, like convenience store cards.
Yeah.
That kind of stuff. Oh, please, I can't really do much to help you, but this is what I can do.
Okay.
And that certainly helps.
Just supporting the cause.
Not
bad. All right, well, we'll wrap this up. We're nearly at an hour.
I just want to quickly touch only on this Floyd thing, only because it's been a while since the fight, and whatever it is. Whatever. I mean, I believe that Floyd soundly defeated Mr. Pacquiao, but I had all these bitches on Facebook, these women trying to tell me about boxing, and I mean, I'm not a boxer, but I kickbox with you. Yeah. I know a little bit. I watched boxing for a long time. Conspiracies about Showtime and HBO, and that fucking red corners get mixed up with blue corners, and I mean, one girl was like, one word, Showtime, and I was like, was it Showtime? Who is this Floyd's? Which one's Floyd? Which one? I think HBO is Manny's.
I don't know.
Whatever. Okay, so let's just say Showtime was Floyd's.
Okay.
Then there should be like one word, Showtime. It was rigged by the network.
So when you say bitches, you actually mean women.
Women.
What?
Women trying to tell me about... I mean, I'm not a boxing guru. Like some of you're pretty knowledgeable and a couple other friends are, but I know a little bit. But I'm not going to have some women tell me about boxing,
Yeah. No, that's not gonna work.
It's not gonna work. And
she can tell me what's for dinner.
Yeah, she certainly could.
Yeah.
But it was kind of weird getting all that stuff on Facebook, like, you know, and it kind of got a little bit like, I don't know. I guess we have this word in Australia, needly. What's the word? Like a little bit like unfriendly.
Is it heated?
Heated. Yeah, a little heated discussion
from chicks,
from girls.
Are these Japanese women?
No, Australian girls. Australian girls. This girl had actually, I met her in karate when she was the sensei's daughter.
Okay.
But anyway, it was kind of weird.
Did your friend date her?
I don't think he actually dated her per se, but
I
yeah.
see.
But it was kind of.
Yeah.
What's your quick thought on what did you? Just briefly touch over it.
Disappointed me.
Yeah, I was disappointed.
Yeah. But I shouldn't be. It's two old guys fighting each other.
Yeah.
I mean, and they're not old.
Yeah.
They're not old.
No.
But in boxing, in their careers, they're old.
Should happened 5 years ago.
Yeah, at least.
Yeah.
At least. And it was just disappointing.
Yeah.
And also Pacquiao, there's all this hype about his shoulder.
Right.
It was torn rotator cuff or something.
Yeah, apparently, yeah.
He didn't have his anti-inflammatories, and that's a big deal. I mean, every guy who steps on a rugby pitch, a football field, every UFC guy who gets in the ring, everyone's taking cortisol shots every single time.
Every time, yeah.
Without a doubt. So, for him not to have those shots, that's actually a big deal.
Right.
But do I give a fuck? No. And I don't want him to fight again.
Yeah, no.
And if they do, I won't pay attention.
Yeah.
Dude, for me, boxing now is all about Gennady Golovkin.
Right.
Triple G.
Right.
And if Glory can keep their shit together, it's Glory Kickboxing.
Yeah.
And if they can't, K1 is crawling out of the hole.
Yeah.
They're just one handhold at a time.
Yeah. I've been in a few events, K1.
It's coming back.
Yeah.
By the way, if you do have hookups to events.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, dude, I'll do my best to be there.
I think there was one on today. I'm not sure. I had to go translate for some event. Actually, I wasn't even translating. They asked me to translate for free because I'm paid by the head company.
Okay.
I ended up doing nothing. I just watched the fights, but that was in Yoyogi, and they packed that place out and it looked good.
Really?
Yeah.
The small one, Yogi?
Yeah, the little one. Okay. But it had like, you know, the old school like towers coming across the beams on top of those.
Yeah, that's where
they got a couple of thousand people in there, and it was like under 55 kilograms though. It was like tiny guys, but
that's where they're coming from.
Yeah.
That's when K1's exit out of the grave are these small weight classes.
Yeah.
Because that's what they've got here.
Right.
You know, and we'll see what happens. I mean, I don't give a fuck either way. I want to see quality fights, high technique kickboxing.
Yeah.
Whatever.
There's that one little asshole, and he's great for kickboxing. I think his name's Thomas. He's like half Brazilian, half Japanese, and he just runs his mouth like he's like the biggest shit talker. And I don't know if you've ever seen him, but he's always on K1 these days.
Thomas.
I think that's his name. And the fans just eat it up because he's a shitty kickboxer. He can't really kickbox.
Yeah.
Compared to the other guys, he's probably a decent kickboxer, but compared to the other guys, he's never gonna.
These guys are 55.
55 or 60 kilos.
Okay. I'm gonna check him out.
But he is a shit talker. I mean, he's up there with like fucking McGregor from UFC. That kind of shit in the and they love it. Check this kid
McGregor,
out.
I'll give it. Yeah, he's a shit talker. He's also wildly charismatic.
Yeah.
And he can fight.
Another element of pro wrestling.
That's a big part of it.
Yeah.
Being able to talk the shit, have the charisma, and go off the top rope. McGregor, man, if you put him in a pro wrest, that motherfucker would be backflipping off the top rope.
It probably would.
He's fantastic.
I'd like to see him stick in UFC for a little bit more, but
yeah. I'm gonna. Well, we'll see what happens when I watch this.
Oh yeah, that was his fight.
I think it was him and Aldo. I think that's the one I'm about to watch tonight.
I'm glad I haven't seen the results yet.
Yeah,
I'll go down a little
purposely being very careful.
Yeah,
I'm avoiding Simon because I'm sure as soon as I see him, he's gonna scream at me. All right, anything else?
No, that's pretty much it.
All right, if you do the tour, you don't do the tour. How about July? You come back, we do this again.
Let's do it again.
All right, man, cool.
And if I don't do the tour, we're going on that boat.
Oh, I'm gonna be on the boat anyway.
I know you are, but
the booze cruise.
The booze cruise. It's like 3,000 yen all you can drink.
It's 3,000 yen all you can drink. 3-hour float around Tokyo Harbor, and in Japanese, if you Google it, apparently the search term that comes up is it's like boat namba.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because all the J guys go like in force to try to pick up.
Right. Is it still a deal where if you wear the girls wear the yukata, they get like 1,000 yen off?
Yeah.
Okay.
I do like the yukatas.
Yeah.
And the booty shorts.
Unfortunately, I'm having to take some sand to the beach, so.
Well, that's just par for the course.
It's part of life.
It is part of the life. The life. Living the dream. Tokyo, Japan. Alright, we're out. This is Gaijin Ass with RIONNE Fujiwara. You can follow me on Twitter at Gaijin Ass. Find us on Facebook. And recently we're on Instagram at Real Cannonball. Anything?
Real Cannonball.
Yeah.
That's cool. I am RIONNE on Twitter. But I will follow you on Instagram. I didn't know you had it.
Yeah, just recently.
There you go. Yeah. I will definitely follow you.
I'm putting up a lot of self-absorbed photos of bullshit.
Good, good.
Yeah, you can follow us and enjoy those.
Cannonball.
Real Cannonball.
Real Cannonball.
Yeah.
Done.
Alright, we're out.
Cool.